friends, welcome back to my channel. So today I figured I would do another get ready with me, but I wanted it to be all the most recent products that I have purchased. So what I mean by that is I went through all my most recent makeup purchases and picked out like the most recent foundation that I purchased, the most recent setting spray, the most recent, mascara and all of that. So all of these are the newest in my collection in each category. I have a couple other things that have been sent to me by different brands, but I didn't include them in this. These are all ones that I purchased myself. So they're not really new, but they're new to me. And let me tell you, we do not have to go very far back to find a product in each category. I think the farthest back we had to go to find a new one is February, which is not that long ago. But I love buying makeup. It's a problem. So yeah. If you want to see how I made this look and all my newest products that I used, then let's go ahead and get started. So we're gonna start with eyes today. I went ahead and pulled my hair back and primed my eyes with my MAC Paint Pot. Today we're gonna use the ColourPop She's Got Solstice palette. I love this palette so much. These shades are just beautiful. I got this back in June when I had a gift card for my birthday. I actually got this and the All Things Equinox palette, but with the lippy that I most recently purchased, this palette goes better with it. So that's why I chose it. We're gonna start with Big Bang into our crease, which is a really light pink shade, which I don't know is gonna show up, honestly. Yeah, it's not showing up. Okay, well, hold on, we're gonna do it to the other eye so it matches. And instead we're going to take Earth Angel right here, which is like a darker mauvey pink shade. This might take some building because we put that lighter pink shade on just now. I'm using a Morphe M441 brush. We're just gonna really build this pink shade up. It's very pretty. Okay, now on the outer corner, we're gonna take Nova and Chromosphere and just kind of mix them together with a M456 brush. Just build that up on the outer corner. These shadows are really, really powdery in the pan. There is a lot of kick up, if you can see. That usually doesn't bother me too much as long as there's not fallout on my face. And I always tap off the excess, so I usually don't have too much issues with that. That's looking pretty good. We're gonna go back to that Earth Angel shade, that light pink, and bring it back. And then with my NYX glitter glue, we're gonna put that on the inner half of our lid, and we're going to put Estrella, I think. It's like this really pretty pinky orangey shade that looks beautiful. Let's do a little swatch. Ooh, yeah. Stamp that pink shade on. Now we're gonna go back into the browns again, just to intensify it a little bit more on the outer half. These aren't really insanely dark shades, so you can't make them super dark, but that's okay. And yeah, I think that's where we're gonna keep the eyes for now. For primer, my most recent primer that I bought is the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hydrating Hyaluronic Acid Primer. I really, really enjoy this. This I bought back in April. So I'm just gonna take about one pump. I used this in my last Get Ready With Me, but it was my most recent, so I didn't have a choice but to use it again today. Next up for foundation, we have the Tarte Found Sealer foundation. So I actually just recently purchased this at the very end of July. I never thought I would buy this foundation. I am not a medium coverage type of girl. I like really full coverage. And then I had this little baby size that I tried out and actually genuinely really liked it. And then Ulta had this on sale for like a points perk day or something like that, and I picked it up half off, and I'm really, really glad I have a full size in it. I bought the shade 16N Fairlight Neutral. First of all, I love the packaging. Like, how cute is that little twist top? But how I apply this is I just pump out some on the back of my hand. Oh, you can't see that. And then This is the only foundation I do this with. I take my fingers and I start to rub it on my face. Preferably don't get your hair all in it. I rub it on my face with my fingers and just kind of get it everywhere in the general vicinity that I want it. I feel like this really helps with the coverage because this is a medium coverage foundation and I don't love that. I like more full coverage. I feel like doing this really, really helps keep the coverage. So I just rub it all in with my fingers, and I don't do this with any other foundations because I hate this. I think this is gross. I hate the feeling of foundation and all that all over my hands. And then I take my sponge and I put it into the product on my hands. So there's some on the sponge, and then I start blending out, which sounds like a lot of foundation, and it kind of is, but I like to use a lot of this because A, it's just beautiful on the skin, and B, I like to have a little bit more coverage, like I said. Gotta pull these earrings back so they don't get makeup all over them. So as you can see, you can still see some of my imperfections, you can still see some of my acne and all of that, but I just think that this formula is really, really beautiful and it wears really well on my skin. I've been really hit or miss with Tarte foundations. I tried their Shape Tape mattifying foundation and I liked it at first, but it ended up being a little bit too drying on me. And then their Base Tape foundation, that looked stunning on my skin at first when I would first apply it, and then it would break down a couple hours in and look so bad. But this one I have found really wears well on my skin, and it has such a beautiful like glow to it. And yes, you can still see some of my imperfections, but A, I cover that with concealer, and B, I'm trying, you guys, I am trying to accept my acne scars and my acne and my flaws and not try to cover them up as much as I, do in the past. But I really, really love this stuff a lot. So my most recent concealer that I purchased is my Hourglass Vanish concealer. I bought this back in March. Again, I used this in my last Get Ready With Me. I am sorry, but this is the most recent one I purchased. I got this with gift cards because this is pricey, but I like this concealer. It's not my favorite concealer in the world, but I do enjoy it. Putting it on under my contour and all of that. And it's pretty full coverage. Like, as you can tell, like, yes, you can still see the acne right there because it's texture on my skin, but the redness and all of that got covered up by this. So do I think it's better than like e.l.f. Camo Concealer for $6? Not gonna lie, I don't know. And this is like $34, and that's pricey. Gonna put some up under these eyes, get rid of these bags. I have not been sleeping well at night. I don't know. Honestly, do you know what it is? I stay up. Like, when I'm trying to fall asleep, all I can think about is YouTube and what video I want to film next and ideas. So yeah, that and school. I start school soon. I'm a teacher, if you didn't know, and I am a little nervous for the school year, rightfully so. So yeah, those two things definitely keep me up at night. So I got some bags to cover. I mean, this concealer is nice. It definitely covers my bags, but it's just like, is it worth the money? I don't know. I feel like you can just get as good of concealers at the drugstore for way, way less money, So before we go in with any sort of setting powder, I have a couple cream products to use. The first one is the Tarte, what exactly is his name? Breezy Cream Bronzer, and I have this shade Seychelles. I actually really, really enjoy this cream bronzer a lot. This is just a little mini size. I got this back in April. So I just kind of stick it in here. I just tapped it off like it's powder. I'm using the e.l.f. I don't know, 105 brush. It's like their Airbrush Flawless Stipple or something like that. I love this brush. I have two, one for bronzer, one for blush. They are never going to be clean, so please just accept me for who I am. My brushes are never clean. But anyways, I have one for cream bronzer, one for cream blush because I love this brush so, so much. We're just going to stipple that on. I think this is a really good shade for my fair skin. I believe they have 3 shades. I'm not entirely sure what the other ones are called, but this is Seychelles, like I said. These little baby hairs, they kill me. So here's that bronzer all blended out. I think it just looks very, very beautiful on the skin. We also have a cream blush to use today, and I have the Fenty cream blush. This is in the shade Petal Poppin'. It's this 02, the second one. I also got this back in April using my other e.l.f. brush. I really, really like this shade. I think it's a beautiful pink color, and this formula is really, really great. It's a little sheer. You have to build it up, but I don't mind that. I like that it's not super intense right off the bat. I also got this in April because, you guys, between the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty and then the Sephora sale in April, your girl went a little crazy. Like, look how beautiful this pink shade is. And like, look how, I tapped it in what, 20 times? Boom, blended out perfect. Next, for setting powder, we have the Range Beauty Smooth Out Translucent Setting Powder. I have the shade Light. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little nervous to use this. I've used it one other time with a foundation that was not the Range Beauty foundation, and I didn't love it. So I'm a little nervous to use it today with the Tarte Fountain Sealer, but we're just gonna give it a go because it was the most recent setting powder I bought, and I got this back in June. So I'm gonna take it on my brush, get out these lines. Oh gosh, you guys. I'm only 27. Why do I have lines this deep? They're like craters under my eyes. I don't understand. But we're gonna tap these suckers out. And then tap this on. So when I use cream, like, oh, look how much darker I made my under eyes. I don't love that, I'm not gonna lie. Between the Range Beauty foundation and setting powder, I definitely like the foundation more. And whenever I use cream products, I usually tend to not set the actual cream products. So I'll set under my eyes, I'll set in my T-zone, I'll set my chin because it gets so oily throughout the day. And then I do set under here though, because I want this to keep the coverage because that's where my redness is. So I always set under there. But I'll keep the bronzer and blush unset because I like the glow it gives me. I think it's really, really pretty. No, I actually don't mind that setting powder with the Tarte Fountain Sealer. I think it actually looks really good. Minus the fact that it kind of oxidized my under eyes a little bit. I like it. Next up for brows, we have the Makeup Revolution. I don't exactly know what this is called. Like, I think it's called their High Brow Gel. I usually do not go in with just a brow gel, but we're gonna do it today because I haven't gotten a pencil in a really, really long time. I got this back in June. So we're just going to go ahead and fluff this through my brows. I have been into more natural fluffy brows lately. I think this is a really good shade for my eyebrows. It's a lot warmer than my natural brows. They're a little bit more cool toned, but I like that. I feel like it matches my hair better. I'm not sure why my hair is so warm toned and my brows are cool toned. That's weird. We're just gonna run this through the other brow, make a match. Yeah, I really like that. I think it gives just a really natural, fluffy brow. Okay, I went ahead and just finished up the eyes really quickly. All I did was rub that Earth Angel pink shade on my lower lash line. Very, very simple. Now for highlight, I have the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in Soft and Gentle. I got this back in June. I am a little on the fence about this just because it's very glittery, but as long as that's not my highlight brush, as long as I tap off the extra glitter in it, it's actually really, really beautiful. I ended up buying this because, well, A, it was on sale, and B, when I got my makeup done for my wedding last summer, the girl used this on me and I thought that it was beautiful. And it really is, like, it's a really pretty highlight. So I'm glad that Ulta had it on sale and I was able to pick it up. I think it gives like a really just beautiful glow to your skin without being too blinding. I tend to go for more intense blinding highlights, but that's not always, you know, the vibe you want. It's nice to have options that are not super insanely intense, which is this, but it just gives such a beautiful shimmer and glow to the face. I'm going to take it also in my inner corner. I can never find this brush. I use it every single day, but it's so tiny I can never find it in my cup of brushes. Okay, now we're gonna put this on our brow bone highlight. This is your reminder to go get a drink of water. Next up for mascara, I have the L'Oreal Bambi Eye Mascara. I bought this back in March, but I did not open it right away, so I don't want you guys to be like, oh my gosh, why are you using a mascara from March? But this is actually the brown shade. It's not my favorite mascara ever, but it gets the job done. I do like that it's brown though. I feel like that gives a way softer look. I don't know if I would necessarily pair brown mascara with this today, but it's my, most recent purchase, so I did not have a choice. This is what it looks like with about one coat. I think I am gonna go add another coat to the top lashes. I do like this mascara. I think it's very, very pretty. Jessica Braun was kind of the one who made me want to buy this and try it out. And I do, like I said, like that it's the brown shade. I think it's nice and soft and gentle. Almost done. Next for lips, we have the Patrick Ta Silky Lip Creme, and I have the shade She's Secure. I think that this will match perfectly with the blush and the lips. I like this formula. It's a lot thicker of a formula. It's a little bit moussey. And it smells like mint chocolate chips, which is interesting. It's not my, go-to lip scent, but it's not bad. The shade is really, really pretty though. I had the lightest one at first and it was just too light. It almost looked like I had foundation lips, so I had to exchange it for this one, and I am much happier with this shade instead. Last up, we have setting spray, and my most recent purchase of a setting spray is the Morphe Continuous Mattifying Setting Mist. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I was really sad when I realized this was my most recent setting spray purchase. I got this back in February because, you guys, this is the most mattifying setting spray I have ever put on my face. If you have super oily skin, this is it for you. This is one of those that will keep your makeup on though, so if you need your makeup to last all day long, this will do it for you, but it is drying and it is so mattifying. Holy moly. So I really honestly, oh, and I exchanged the, this looks funny. I had to put the old black Continuous Morphe Mist nozzle on it because the white one that came with it was crap, and I had to replace it, so that's why it looks so funny. Here we go. It's almost as if you're spraying powder on your face. It's very odd. I don't know if I recommend this. The original I love though. I highly recommend that one. And that was it, you guys. That was my get ready with me with my newest to me products, all the most recent products in each category that I have purchased myself. What do you think? Let me know what you think about the finished look down at the bottom. I really like how it turned out. I think it's really, really pretty. I think all these tones, flow and match really, really well together. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much. You're awesome and I love you. Please subscribe if you have not yet, and I really hope to see you in my next video. Bye guys.